friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me.
What's up out there, friends and family? It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, bringing you another edition of these Motivational Monday. I'm so happy to see you all out there. Hey, Vaniqua, happy Monday to you also. If you would, as you come on, to please share this with your top 5 relationships. And if you don't have top 5, this is a great time to try to find them. And for all my replayers, please give me about 45 seconds while I share this to all of my social media outlets. I hope everybody's off to a brand new, awesome week. Starting to see the eyes add up. If you would, please go ahead and share this to your top 5 relationships. Hope your week is off to a tremendous start. Hope everything is going exactly how you want them to. Even if it's not, we're going to break bread tonight. Hey, Mom, thanks for joining us. We're going to break bread tonight on how to view our situation. I think a lot of times in life, like, things happen in our life, and it's how we view those things will ultimately determine our outcome, and not necessarily the thing that happened to us. Sometimes, I'm not going to say all the time, but sometimes I believe our eyes deceive us. I believe our eyes sometimes make us want to believe and see a situation for what we've done in our past or from what we've seen in our past. And it could be something totally different. And tonight, that's part of this conversation that we're going to have tonight. Give me about 30 more seconds as I'm sharing this out to my top 5. Give me a few more seconds. All right. If you would, please share it to your top 5 also. That would be such a blessing to me. I mean, the highest form of saying that I'm receiving value from these Motivational Mondays is being able for you to share them to other people, man. That would bless me so much and also bless them. Episode 166 of Awaken Your I Am. Can you believe it? We are 166 episode of chasing one thought throughout our lives. Most people aren't disciplined enough to chase a thought for 45 minutes. We are 166 episodes in order creating this content so the great I am can awaken our I am. And tonight's message is going to be a rhema word for somebody in this season, because tonight's message is, am I being planted or am I being buried? Oh my God, think about that. Am I being planted? Hey, Barbara, thanks for joining us. Am I being planted or am I being buried? This is a great night to invite your friends, your family. Hey, Jacqueline, thanks for joining us. This is a good night to invite your cousin, your mom, and them, and let them get on here, because there are things in our lives that happen from time to time. I wonder, am I truly doing what I've been called to do? That there are periods in our lives where it seemed like I've been disconnected from everything that I thought I was supposed to have. There have been periods in our lives where what I thought I should have seen, it was nowhere in sight. I know what I thought I saw on the inside, but nothing on the outside reflects what I see on the inside. I'm talking about these seasons and periods of life where it just seems like I can't get right. Oh my God, I'm going to break bread tonight. Am I being buried or am I being planted? Somebody get in the chat box and holler at your boy. Most often in this journey called life, I like the way Les Brown said it. Les Brown said you're either going into a storm, you're in the middle of a storm, or you're coming out of storm. Such is life. That life is going to present you with valleys as much as it's going to present you with hills. It's going to present you with highs. It's going to present you with lows. Such is life. My God, I'm going somewhere tonight. Such is life. That when I'm in the valley, I carry the same emotion like when I'm on the hill. I meet with triumph and disaster. Come in, Rudyard Kipling. And I treat those two imposters just the same, because the reality of it is that nothing lasts forever. I won't be up always. I won't be down always. I won't be in the middle always. The truth is, nothing lasts forever. That's a bread breaking moment because sometimes we hit these seasons of our lives where it just seems like I've been here for a while and it just seems like nothing in my life is working or I can't see the fruit of my labor. And it just seems like I'm in winter in my life. There are no trees budding. There's no sunshine. There's no rainbow at the end of the tunnel. There are seasons in our lives where you're going to hit stretches where you don't see what you think you should see. If you believe that your life is going to be rainbows and sunshine your whole life, you're deceiving yourself into an unrealistic expectation and soon ultimate disappointment. Come on, Julian. It's a bread breaking moment. Thanks for joining us, bro. That's a bread breaking moment right there. Because they told you that your hands look new and your feet do too when you made that decision. I'm pursuing my dreams. Everything is supposed to line up. Look at the star. Look at the Big Dipper. It's just so perfect. Look at Leo the line. It's so perfect. Not a cloud in the sky. It's supposed to all just fall in place. Now, I almost lied to you and said it's supposed to work in your favor, but we do know all these things work in our favor, but it didn't say that it was going to work. It was going to fall in place so easily. This is what I do know. And I'm speaking as a player coach. I'm not speaking as one that has attained. I'm in the process of creating the masses or becoming the motivational teacher to the masses. I'm not one that has a 10 million follower on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. I'm not that person yet. I'm in the process of becoming a person that can attract that. So when I'm talking to you from the same place you are, where I don't see what I think I should see, but nonetheless, I'm going to show up and be consistent anyway. See, I know everybody wants to support a finished product. I know everybody wants to see the person on top of the hill, but my question is, how can you roll with somebody who's building the foundation? Can you roll with somebody that said, I ain't got there yet, baby, but I'm building, and it's just a matter of time before I get there? See, everybody like seeing the final product. Everybody like to say, man, how great LeBron is, but nobody saw when LeBron dad walked away from him in Gloria. Nobody saw when LeBron was staying at his coach's house. Nobody saw when LeBron was catching rides to school. Nobody saw that. But look at him now, and the whole world marvels at his greatness, but nobody recognized it when he was on his path. Oh, look at that go little LeBron. That's just Gloria, son. That's just Gloria. Gloria crazy. That's just Gloria, son. Just Gloria, son. Because they don't realize what's been given to him. If people back there Akron realize that LeBron, if they really realized that LeBron was LeBron James 2-3, they would have treated him completely different when he was back at St. Mary's. They would have treated him completely different, but because they couldn't see what was on the inside of it, doesn't mean they didn't have it. I'm going to say this, but it does mean that it was just hidden for a specific season. Tonight, have I been planted or have I been buried? Oh my God, this is going to be a bread-breaking moment. Have I been planted or have I been buried? When little LeBron James was over there in Akron, Ohio, dad walked away, mom struggling. Was he planted or was he buried? My mom said, not yet, but God. Come on, chime in this conversation. Vaniqua in this conversation, been there, experienced even today. With all the growth I've been experiencing in the last few months, you will still go through in order to get to it. Hey, man, I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm going somewhere tonight. I got to get on my notes. I'll be 40 minutes in, not read one single note. I got to get on my notes tonight because this is some good stuff. But oftentimes, your dreams will be tested. Your goals will be tested. I remember Vaniqua giving her story. Failing that test 3 or 4 times was not your reality. It was part of your test. Can I make the adjustments to my study habits? Can I make the adjustment to my test taking skills in order to improve the amount of points? Do I have the faith to keep going when I don't see the results? Your goals, your dreams, your life, it will all be tested because you got to be able to answer the question. Am I being planted Or am I being buried? Y'all better tell y'all mama, grandmama, and them to get on here. Now, when I think about it, oftentimes it's difficult to be able to tell the difference between being buried and being planted. The definition for buried is a place or hidden underground. It says cover up or repressed. Come on, man, slow up, Ant. Take your time. Let's get this out. That word buried means placed or hidden underground, covered up or repressed. Ooh, don't that sound like a lot like a dream deferred? Don't that sound like a dream deferred? Now, I want you to hear almost how synonymous is being planted and being buried is to each other. I'm telling you, I was reading a book and I just had this thought. I had this thought yesterday after I was reading this book, and I said, oh my God, it was a revelation. The book said nothing. A Raisin in the Sun. Thank you, Shannon. The book said nothing about being buried or about being planted. It was talking about the process of growth. It was talking about entering into the process of where dying is a part of growing. And I came to the revelation that sometimes growth feels almost like death. The process of being buried is almost similar to the process of being planted. That word planted means to place in the ground so that it can grow. Buried is placed or hidden in the ground, covered up, or replaced. Planted is put in the ground so it can grow. You put caskets in the ground like you put seeds. The only thing is caskets don't grow out the ground with multiple caskets. Seeds go in the ground and they come out with fruit. It's almost, my God, it's almost like I know that I've been called to greatness. I know that I have something special on the inside of me. I know that God has given me a gift that these hands are supposed to do. But motivational teacher, it feels like it's covered up and it's repressed right now. The definition of buried is exactly the same. It feels like it's been covered up. It feels like it's been repressed. It feels like it's hitting underground. Oh my God, this is going to be a bread breaking moment. Come on, Julian. This is going to be a bread breaking moment tonight, because I came to let you know that the process that you're going through, you may feel like it have died back in the day. You may feel like that your dreams have been deferred. You may feel like that your gifting is still not present, but he gave it to you without recompense. He gave it to you. Your gift should make room for you no matter where you are today. I know it felt like it's been buried for 20 years, motivational teaching, but baby, listen to your boy. That might just been planted. That might just been planted. It might be something that is placed in the ground so that it can grow. It's how you, oh my God, it's how you manage that soil. I'm not a farmer. Don't let me pretend like I am, but my grandfather was a great farmer. My grandfather grew vegetables and grew corn and grew root vegetables, and he helped supply the community. I seen him. I know a little bit. My uncle now still is doing the same farming. My uncle and my cousin got a business where they're growing strawberries. So I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. Although I'm not a farmer, I'm telling you, unless that seed go down and begin the cracking process, you cannot get ultimate fruit. Oh, motivational teacher, it sounds like that I made the commitment of what I wanted to do. I said that I wanted to be the motivational speaker to the masses. I've been producing videos for the last, since 2018. I've been doing speaking engagement, motivational teacher. I've been going hard at it. It feels like my dreams have been covered up and they've been repressed. I'm telling you right now that your dreams have been planted in the ground so that it could grow. Motivational teacher, what determines my manifestation? What determines whether I've been planted or whether I've been buried? Williams translated, can these dry bones live? That's a bread breaking moment right there. Some of us have repressed our dreams for so long. We've allowed life to happen to us, and life happens to us all, to where every time life happens, a little bit of my belief and a little bit of my faith and a little bit of my expectation and a little bit of my hope is despaired every time a little something doesn't go right in my life. And I believe, but I gotta say, God, help my awaken my I am to my unbelief, because I'm not seeing what I think I should see. I'm asking you right now. Thank you, Jerry. I'm asking you right now. It's time to say, no, baby, you ain't been buried. You've been planted. The process of being buried, when you having dirt thrown on top of you and you're in the midst of the process, being buried and being planted feels the exact same. It's the level of your expectation that determines what comes out the ground or what does not come out the ground. Can these dry bones live? Can you look over the land and say, I see, oh, that land filled with milk and honey? Can you look over that land and say what you see? It's a bread-breaking moment right here, because some of us, our goals and our dream has been repressed by life. We've been hit with a left. We've been hit with a right. We've been punched in the jaw. We've been slapped in the face. We've got student loans. We've got debt up to our ears. We've been through divorces. We've been through periods of incarceration. We've been through periods of where I don't believe. We've had all these things. It's time. Come on, Shannon. It's time to shake that dirt off and step up. Baby, it was only planet. It's your level of expectation which determines what is birthed from that situation, or what is birthed from what you decided to plant or bury. Ladies and gentlemen, have I been planted, or have it been buried? It's a bread-breaking moment for some of us, because I'm challenging you to wake that dream back up. Oh my God. Shake, shake, shake. I'm asking you, yeah, your dream might have went down in that dirt for 3 days, but in 3 days, I will raise it all back up again. I know it might seem like it's despair. It might seem like it's dark. It might seem like it's not happening, but I'm asking you to trust and believe that in 3 days, the great I am will awaken your I am and change the whole world around you. I love that, Vaniqua. The longer I felt sorry for myself, the longer I stayed down. The days of looking down and saying it's been buried is over. See, the process of being planted, let me say this, not the process. The expectation of being planted is completely different from the expectation of being buried. That word expectations means a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the near future. So what is your expectation about that thing in your life, what do you believe that's going to happen to it? Because if you believe it's dead and buried, baby, it might as well be dead and buried. But if you believe it's planted at some other in a future date, that's what it said right there. It may be the case in the future that it's going to rise. And when it rises, it's going to rise with more friends that went down with it. I'm telling you how seeds work. I take one apple seed, put it in the ground, I get an apple tree and multiple apples. Did I put a seed in the ground, or did I put a casket in the ground? What did I bury with my dreams? That's a bread-breaking moment right there. What you believe about your goals and what you believe about your dreams will ultimately determine how you spend the rest of your life. Do I spend the rest of my life chasing this thing? Do I spend the rest of my life allowing the great I am to awaken my I am to solutions with solutions to problems that has yet been presented? Do I allow the great I am to awaken my I am to the process of becoming great? It's so many of us got greatness deep down in our DNA and our fingertips, but we have allowed this world to make us average. Let me tell you what Nick Saban said. There's 5 levels to this life. There's 5 levels to this life, and your expectation is the anchor of what you get. There are 5 levels to this life. I have this conversation with my 2 young men every morning. You can make a decision every day when you leave your house, and it says more about what you believe about you than it does about what happens to you. You got 5 decisions. You can be one of these 5 persons. You can be bad at what you do all day. You can be average at what you do all day. You could be good at what you do all day. You could be excellent at what you do all day, or you could be elite at what you do all day. Your level of expectation determines how you perform on a daily basis. That's a breaking moment, because I can't go around and having an average attitude and expecting elite results. If I'm only average all day, and my tongue, my eyes, my ears are only speaking average conversation, I can't walk around and expect elite manifestation. I can't be bad my whole life and say, man, my seed has been planted. Your seed has been buried, because your level of expectation and belief says that my energy and my effort is not worth the work. A man doesn't know his own heart. I beg to differ. I think it's how a man shows up every day, Homo sapien, man, female. It's how they show up every day that tells me their level of expectation and belief for their own life. Unless the ground be good, everything else that comes from it cannot be good. Unless your heart, when I talk about the ground, I'm talking about your heart, your belief system. I'm talking about your belief system, your mind, will, and your emotions. That's your head. I'm talking about your heart. That's your mind, will, and emotion. That's your head. I'm talking about your heart, what you believe. How you show up every day is determined by what you believe. If you believe that you are bad to average, you'll never go beyond above an average work ethic, an average mindset. See, I can tell you what you get out of this life. You get out of what you put in. If you average in all the time, you're gonna get average out. If you put in elite effort, and you have an elite conversation, and you have an elite thoughts, and you have an elite work ethic, and you have an elite development plan, you can't help but get eliteness. But eliteness doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lifetime to build an elite life. Most of us don't figure it out that I had one until it's over, because I'm too busy growing and investing in myself and people around me, how to make this world a better place. I don't have time to sit back and evaluate a bread-breaking moment. I don't have time to sit there and listen to every Tom, Dick, and Harry about my life, because I understand that, baby, right now I've been planted. And I know right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't say this out loud. Boy, I can't say this out loud. Ooh, I can't say that out loud. Boy, I'm looking for elite relationships around me. I'm looking for people that are looking to build eliteness. I'm gonna say this. Like, I don't expect to have 47,000 eyes. Why? Because there's not 47,000 elite mindsets. It takes somebody very elite. And you don't have to have elite results. It takes somebody that has an elite mindset to sit here and listen to me for 45 minutes. It takes somebody who wants something more than what they see at this present moment in their life to sit here and listen to me 45 minutes. Because I'm not talking about where you are. I'm not talking about where you were. I'm talking about your future state. And your future state has everything to do with where your heart is, your soul. As a man, come on, Julian, as a man thinketh, so is he. Everything that I'm talking about is your future state. See, let me tell you what I know about bad to average people. Bad to average people always like talking about the past. Bad to average people, their best days were always behind them. Oh my God, I gotta do this. I gotta do this, because you gotta know who you hanging with. You gotta know what you look like to the external. Bad people that what I told you, the 5 mindsets. For anybody just popping on, you could be bad, you could be average, you could be good, you could be elite, or you could be excellent, and you could be elite. 5 mindsets. The bottom 2 are always talking about the best days are behind us. Remember when we did this in high school? Remember when we did this on the block? Remember when we did this? See, that's what. Oh my God, I'm gonna say this. God, I'm gonna say this. People that's been buried, their best days are always behind them, because they have no expectation of anything to come. And they spend their whole life trying to relive what they did in the past, making their life a revolving circle. They become the prophets of their own life, which is a repetition of the past. So nothing changes, nothing grows, everything stays the same. They never move more than 12 miles down the road from where they grew up. They're always in that same county where they grew up. They don't explore. They don't venture out beyond what they know, because their best days were always behind them, and they spend the rest of their life chasing those days behind them, and their life always looks the same. It's like a hamster wheel. Around and around they go. and nothing ever changes because they oh my God, I'm gonna say this. They will they stopped living at 25 and they were put in the dirt at 75. They spent 50 years rehearsing the past. I don't mean I'm the motivational teacher. It's not my goal to frustrate people. It's not my goal to make people not want to do more. But it is my goal to show you that some things haven't changed because we haven't changed. It does say because I have a bad to average mindset that things in my life can't really change because I'm not changing. Bread broken, and in that sense, I have buried the best days of my life with my past. There are no more future. There's no more future state. There's no more building. There's nothing in between. I have buried my life in my past state. There's no room for new experience in the future that create new manifestation. And so if there's no room for new thoughts, new growth, new information, then all I could do is rehearse and repeat the past. I see eyes decreasing. I must be somewhere right in the house right now. Because this is nowhere on my notes. This is the great I am awakening my I am in this very moment. I had no idea we were going this route, but since we're here, let's deal with it. And so my future is a record of my past. Oh my God, that's good. So my future becomes a record of my past. I can no longer change my future state because it's my past that I'm living from. That's bad to average. That's bad to average. Now, if you want to be good, I applaud people that want to be good because people that want to be good, they plan on at least being right there with the top people in their generation, in their family. They're at least saying, I expect to outperform everybody that was in my same circle as I grew up. Oh my God, this is a bread-breaking moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this program has been interrupted by the great I am who just awakened my I am. I had no thought, I had no idea we were going this route tonight. But since we're here, this must be good for somebody in this season of their life. If I applaud people that want to be good at what they do. I applaud people that want to be good because they're saying, I'm going to take the resources that I have and I will maximize it for where I am today. I'm okay with people that want to be good because they do have vision of how I can at least be the best in my household. I can be at least the best in my genealogy. I can at least be other people that started with me. I will get further than them than they did. Good at it. I'm good at it. I will have the best car on my block. I will be the person on the block when somebody needs something. They come ask me because I'm good. I ain't bad and I ain't average. I'm good. I'm the best on my block. Somebody needs something, I'm that guy. And trust me, good people need to be planted everywhere. I said, because right now, if your position is good, don't look at it as a negative thing. Look at it, man, like I started where I started. I'm good for where I am, but now I got to find how to get to excellence and elite. And here's the reality of it is, wherever you start, you got to go through those steps to get to the next phase. Why? Lest you be disqualified from the race if you abort the process. Oh my God, this is good to me. Oh, this is good stuff to me right here. This is good stuff to me. I don't mind. People should be happy when you're good because you have the ability to give good information to somebody behind you that can take that information and become excellent. We need good people planted everywhere. And one would say that the more good people we have, the better our society becomes. Because here's the mindset, the majority of people only want to be average. People don't naturally choose to say, hey, I want to stand out. It's motivational teacher. Why? Because our schools teaches us how to be average. Our neighborhood, our societies teach us how to be average. What's up, John? Thanks for joining us, bro. Bingo. Thank you, Vaniqua. This whole society is set up by a social economic class. Even when it was created, they created the have and the have-nots. You got the haves, the middle class, the have. That everything is created societal. That you're supposed to. I remember one of the politicians said, "You go to the school you can afford." What is that saying? You hang right there in your comfort zone with the people you can, and that's why I think it's crazy that a lot of times neighborhoods are set up by socioeconomic classes. They put the projects over there with people that are like-minded, can shoot, kill, beat each other, police over there every weekend because they're like-minded. They put the middle class in some neighborhood with houses from 250,000 to 800, 900 million dollars. And then they say, okay, y'all middle class, and all these people think they have the same mindset. They go to the same places. They have the same mindset. Then they say, okay, elitists, you go over here in these 14, $20 million homes where only people like you can live in. And they put us by classes because I'm telling y'all what I'm trying to tell you right now, because they believe that only a certain few belongs at the top. And then, let me say it this way. They believe that at the top is a few, in the middle is more, and then the bottom is where everybody, it was where they want the majority of society to hang. Why, motivational teacher? Because the people at the bottom will always work for the people at the top for whatever level they say they're going to pay them, because they see themselves as, I gotta break bread, either bad to average, because that's the group of people they hang around. Have you ever noticed? Just go around the water cooler at your job. Go around the water cooler and you will see that if it's a positive conversation around the water cooler, everybody's positive around the water cooler. If it's a negative conversation around the water cooler, only negative people around the water cooler, and you'll never see the two mingle. And they say, motivational teacher, we need to find harmony. You will never have harmony because mediocre people don't like average people, and average people don't. Let me say, mediocre people don't like greatness, and greatness don't like mediocre, and there will never be, or positive people don't like negative people, and negative people don't like positive people. So if there's nothing for the culture to rally around, one vision, one heartbeat, one sound for the culture to rally around, you'll never have total harmony, because I got to tell you that I don't plan on being around a bunch of average folk doing a bunch of average things. I got to tell you, because for those of us who have the excellent to elite mindset, those of us with that excellent to elite mindset, we're all about future base, baby. We don't live in our past. We live in the now to create a better tomorrow. I have very little time to sit here and cry about my daddy leaving me. I have very little time to say, oh my God, I lived in a room the size of a closet. I have very little time to sit there and cry about what I lost, because I believe that what he gave me is much greater than what I left behind. I just broke bread. I can't sit there and shed tears about what happened yesterday, because I know there's something greater for me tomorrow. I can't sit there and waddle in the diagnosis when I know what the great I am has awakened my I am. I can't sit there and cry about what they said I had. I got to keep it moving, because I know greater is he that lives on the inside of me than he that's in this world. I can't live in my past. I'm too future based. When you hear me talk, I don't talk about what was. I talk about what's to come. I got very little time. See, most of us get caught in that cycle of rehearsing what went on back there. I'm telling you, I'm too busy building right now in my now to be so concerned about what I lost. I'm more looking like, whosoever knock at the door, he will open it. Whoever asks, it shall be found. I can't sit back here and I just don't have it. No, baby, I'm too busy creating it. Anything that I lost, I didn't need to create a better future. That's a bread-breaking moment. Anything I don't have present, I don't need it to create my future. Motivational teacher, I'm talking about being elite tonight. I'm talking about being elite tonight. I'm talking about seeing your life as one that's been planted and not as one that's been buried. I'm talking about being elite tonight. In order to be elite, you got to start having elite thoughts. You got to start having elite conversations. If you don't have people around you where you can have elite conversations, you're going to be good to average to bad your whole life. You got to get tired of just having bad to average people around you in your circle. They ought to make you itch sometime when you spend too much time with them, because I got an elite mindset. I can't allow my elite mindset as an eagle to come hang out with chickens, lest I start pecking on the ground like they do. Oh my God, it's a bread-breaking moment. Listen, I don't care where you are in your life. If you're trying to get to the next phase of it, I'm good with that. But what I can't do is be around somebody who's accepted where they are and think because of their lot in life, I can't improve my life. I have very little patience for those people. And I'm going to break bread. And the majority of the people that I coach, I'm going to say this. And if you on here and I coach you, let's hope you're not one of these. A lot of the people that I coach and I mentor cannot move forward because of something that happened in their past. They can't forgive somebody. A lot of times, most people can't forgive themselves. They've been hurt. They can't get beyond the hurt. They've been mistreated. They've been done wrong. I've tried the business. It didn't go the way I wanted to. I've tried being married. It didn't work out the way I wanted to. I gave myself one time and it didn't work. I had a partner. They stole all my money. And their future is rooted in their past. So they're never productive in their future state because all of their future decisions for growth and development are made based on a past experience. And nothing, and you will never find greatness while running from your past. Greatness is only found in chasing your destiny. It's only found in chasing your destiny. I'm telling you, you got to find that cup half full, even if it's half empty. I'm telling you, to have an elite mindset, you got to be able to go out there. I was talking to a friend of mine today. I think they building like, 6, 7 houses and they building their own neighborhood. It was nothing there but trees. And you got to be able to look out there at all them out there at all that land and see a neighborhood. That's what elite mindsets do. Oh, look at that. I don't know how the city gonna run water. I don't know how they're gonna put a fiber cable out here. I don't know how they're gonna run sewers. No, baby. Elite mindsets aren't looking for what the problems are. Elite mindsets are looking for solutions. I love problems. Problems only give elite-minded people new solutions. And it gives them a new thought process and a new pattern of thinking in order to create a different future. I don't mind setbacks. I don't mind problems because number one, the great I am said all these things work together for my good. But number two, it gives, opportunity to engage my greatest secret weapon, which is my mind. See, it's a different, man, you got a different perception of life when you've been planted. When you've been planted, you start to believe and you start to see, man, like this season, I don't know how I made that decision for this season. It didn't look favorable. I lost a lot of money in that business deal, but I guarantee you at the end of the day, that thing has to work for my favor. I don't know how today, but I'm telling you, I've been planted and not buried. It was never meant to take me out. I'm telling y'all, boy, at the end of the day, you got something. At the end of the day, you have something. What is your assumption? What is your belief about what do you have? Do you believe the cankerworm has already came and stolen that time and age has stolen your gifting? Do you believe that bad experience that bad experience robbed you of your call on your life? At what point did you bury your gift? At what point did you say, I'm not worth the fight anymore? At what point did you give up your belief in who the great I am said you were? At what point did you start believing like it might not be for me? I'm telling you to go back to that place, pick it up and say, man, I changed my mind. I changed my heart. It's time for me to get moving in the right direction. It wasn't buried. It was just planted. Now it's time to go forth and bear much fruit. Baby, it's time for me to prune my own tree so I can get to the next level. If you don't have an elite mind, tomorrow I'm telling you, tomorrow if I were y'all, I'll be walking around my job, I'll be walking around my family, I'll be walking around wherever I am at the gym. If you don't have an elite mindset, you don't deserve my company. If you don't have a mindset of someone progressing to that excellent to elite, I can't spend much time with you. Why? Because right now there's too much stuff that want to pull me to average. I got too many things in my life that's trying to show me that I'm average. Right now, I'm not getting the results I want. It's trying to make my life is playing a trick. My mind playing tricks on me because my life is trying to make me believe that I'm average because at this point, I may see average results. My life is trying to make me believe that I'm average. My mind, oh homie, my mind playing tricks on me. I know I've been giving excellent work. I know I have an elite mindset. I know I've been grinding day and night. I know I've been putting the time in behind the scenes, but my life is lying to me, trying to make me seem like I'm average. And my question is to you, when you look out and everything around you says average, do you still keep believing that I've been planted and not buried? When you look out there and you see a valley of dry bones, do you walk out there in the middle of those dry bones, smack them and say, can these bones live, and see those bones get up and reform again and walk up out of there? See, I'm telling you, we got to have that kind of faith. We got to have that kind of fiery expectation. We got to have that kind of hope with our life. Ladies and gentlemen, you only get one of these. You only get one of these lives on earth. You got to maximize it while you're here. Spending too much time doing things that doesn't yield us fruit. We got to maximize this thing while we have it. I promise you, you're passing through here for a season. And what you do during this season of your life determines the next season of your afterlife. Like this world, average mindset is playing for keeps. I get it, motivational teacher. They're playing for keeps. And we're out here casually thinking that because I say greatness is within me. Oh, I say my dream. And we thinking casually it's going to happen. Let me tell you, man, only 2% going to find it. Narrow is the way. Why, motivational teacher? Because too many people are too casual with their own life in order to see this expectation that I'm talking about. Too many people believe that their gifts have been buried, and so they never see this level of excellence to elite. They never see it because they look at their lives and the lives say everything average to bad, and they believe it. And my life, for me, for a long time said average, and for a while it said bad. I had to borrow money to put gas in my car, and I was a stockbroker. It had got that bad for the dude managing millions of dollars that I had to borrow money to get gas in my car. I had to move in with a colleague in the room the size of a closet, and here I am trying to manage other people's money, and I'm struggling. Like everything about my life said, man, it didn't even say average. It said bad. But I know that what I had on the inside of me, like even today, when you're faced with challenges, you gotta know, like whatever you go through, and I'm done. I'm done. We're rapping right now. At the end of the day, what I go through has to work together for my good. I anchor my life in that sentiment that if it happens to me, it happens for me. If it happens to me, it happens for me. I love that song by Fred Hammond. And now I'm letting you into my life, because when you're trying to do something that's never been done before, you're gonna have days where it just seems like it's not meant for you. You're gonna have days where it looks like, man, like I've tried so hard and that deal did not work, or I put in that proposal and that was the one speaking engagement that I really needed to put me on the map, and you know, people, you're so close to it, and you smell it, and you can almost taste it. You know, people that if you reached out to, they could change your life in one moment, and you know, like it just takes just one from God, and you're where you want to be. And you have those moments and times, and then you walk back into your reality, and you're looking in a room the size of a closet, and you're looking at a gas tank that's on E, that my check is delayed tomorrow. I don't know how I'm gonna get to work. Definitely don't know how I'm gonna get back. And you have these moments. I was talking to a brother that watched me, and I went on his video, and I just commented. He said, man, like I can't find content, man. Like I just want to quit. That's what the brother said to me. Man, I just want to stop. I said, brother, keep going. Keep creating, although it seems like you don't have anything to create. I said, brother, keep going, because you've been planning not buried. Most people quit. There were so many people started out with me when I started motivational speaking that I don't know, most of them have walked away from it. Why, motivational teacher? Because they expect that their expectation was overnight success. I'm on the road with Eric Thomas. I'm on the road with Ink Johnson. I'm on the road with Tony Robbins. At the end of the day, I'm on the road with some of these other national motivational speakers. And I'm saying to myself, great I am. I trust and believe that your plan for my life is greater than the one that I have for myself. If I need to be hidden, oh my God, that's a strong word, for a little longer in this season of my life, do it for me right now. And I get there and I sit down with Fred Hammond and I listen to Fred Hammond say all things work together for me. If you ain't never heard that song by Fred Hammond, you need to go get it. And I sit there and I close my eyes and I meditate on those days where it ain't work. Today, it didn't feel like it worked for me. Today, it didn't work like I thought it would. I didn't get the count like I thought it was. I didn't get the promotion like I thought it was. My kids didn't have the day at school that I thought they were. And sometimes I sit back and trust me, we got a diagnosis with my wife that from the doctor that I said, God, it can't be you. And I sit there and I turn Fred Hammond on. I close my eyes and I sit there and let all things work together for my good. And I put it on repeat. And I would sit there for hours at a time and just even things that I can't see work together for my good. And I got to put myself in the right mindset because I know that it's just external stimuli. I know that my response to this situation is greater than the situation itself. So I refuse to speak on it until I'm in the right mindset where I know all these things work together for my good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, when you've been called to be exceptional, I know you might have thought that all your days going to be perfect. All your days going to be nothing filled with dreams. You're going to have some moments with that filled with doubt. You're going to have some moments that filled with unbelief. You're going to have some moments. I got people texting me right now talking about they don't know how much I'm helping them. You're going to have some people, you're going to have some moments where you're going to wonder, like, God, did you give the vision to the right person? You're going to have some nights where you sit up and cry. You're going to have some nights when you look at your situation and you're going to sit there and say, oh my God, how did I get here? Wheat and tares grow up together. But if you keep pushing and you keep believing, knowing that my expectation is I've been planted and not buried, knowing that I am excellent, I have an elite mindset. I'm telling you, this world can't nothing in this world stop you. You are the most powerful force in this world. People label us based on where they see us. You could say by religion, you could say by ethnicity, you could say by gender. They label us based on how they see us. But I'm telling you, this version of you, they have not seen. This version of you that I'm talking about supersedes your religion. It supersedes your gender. It supersedes your ethnicity. It exceeds your ethnicity. This part of you that I'm talking to came directly from the great I am that created your I am. And I'm telling you, you get that piece of you working. You are the most unstoppable force on this earth. I'm telling you, like Hurricane Ian, and my thoughts and my prayers go out to everybody in Florida. Ian came through Florida and wreaked a havoc and made a mess for a lot of people. And just think, that's a natural disaster by a storm, and you saw what it did. Just imagine what one completely yielded vessel to the great I am, to awaken the I am. Just imagine what that person can accomplish. Just imagine what that person can accomplish. Like I'm telling you, I say it all the time. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what's been given to you on this side of the earth. But it's going to require you believing that I have been planted and not buried. All right, y'all, I've been in this conversation for a minute. I got some people chiming into this conversation to think once I come on, Vaniqua, to think I once thought I would never pass that test and never become a nurse, to now living my dream, only continuing to go up from here, giving me chills. Man, I love that testimony, Vaniqua. Thank you for sharing that for us out here, because it was only a test. It was only a test. Vaniqua said earlier, I got some news today that most people may think as a setback. And honestly, I was starting to think the same for a second. Then I realized I just came through and just thought this is a step up. A lot of times in life, man, I'm going to say this, that opportunities come wrapped in opposition. Like if you're not willing to unwrap, if you're not willing to face the opposition, a lot of times you miss the opportunities. I'm telling you, opportunities look just like opposition. That's why I say you have been created to provide a solution to a problem that hasn't been solved. Like somebody had that whole COVID vaccine deep down on the inside of them, needed COVID in order to make the vaccine valuable. Same thing, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ever think you've been buried. You've been hidden for a season. Like right now, I'm telling you, I ain't bragging, but I'm just saying, like what I do in this motivational space, there's nobody else can deliver content like me in this space. There's nobody else that can deliver it in this space like me. I'm so comfortable and comfortable being who I am now, knowing that I'm a one of a kind. Nobody else can deliver it like this. I gotta tell you. Vaniqua, nobody else can deliver care like you as a nurse. Nobody is as thankful to be a nurse as you are because of what you had to go through to get there. And that same passion that you went through to get there is going to be the passion that takes you to DON. Man, I love doing this stuff, man. I can literally do this all night. I got to be honest. I could literally sit here and talk like this all night because I do believe like my life is a seed. Like I do believe the things that I go through is only to elevate others. I do believe that if I sit here and was quiet on what I've been given, the rocks will cry out for me. I'm telling you, I believe so much so in my gift and in my calling. And I'm like Prime. I apologize. I apologize if my confidence upsets your insecurity. I apologize if my confidence upsets your insecurity because I know I've been planted for a season such as this. And I would not allow anybody else to tell me something different for my life. I just broke bread. And the moment you start being that confident about you being planted, it's the moment, come on, my Aunt Chris, it's the moment where you start saying, man, like, you ain't gonna talk me off this mountain. Like I love the fact I give earthly examples, I give spiritual examples. I love the fact that when Jesus was on the cross, they say, "Hey, come off and save yourself." He said, "No, no, 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 no. You ain't gonna talk me off my destiny because you want me to don't let my confidence because I can lay up here offend your insecurity. I know I'm the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. I don't have to come down and prove it to you. I know who I am. Man, don't get me going down that road. I know I've been planted. Well, motivational teacher, you call yourself the masses. You got 10 eyes on you. Yeah, I don't know how you got to. Hey, you can't call me down off my mountain to come down there in your pit. You can't call because I'm comfortable in knowing who I am, and I don't have to turn tricks in order for other people to realize and recognize my value. Oh my God, I just broke bread. See, when you, I'm about to get off. When you're excellent to elite, you realize that being excellent and elite is not necessarily in your results today, but it's more in your work ethic and your habits. I just broke bread. If I got the right work ethic, and I got the work habits, and I got the great I am awakening my I am, it's just a matter of time before I get the right results. It's a bread breaking moment right there. That's a bread breaking moment right there. I know my mama said, let me help this boy out. God is with Emmanuel works with you. I know my mom doing. Yeah, Emmanuel, God is with you. Y'all, I'll tell you, man, we got to start keeping these things on the hour because if I go above an hour, I can't use it for a replay. And I try to sometimes take videos or little reels from these, and I can't use it if it's over an hour. But I got to tell you all, man, thank y'all for chiming into this conversation. But I want you to really know that your gifting is not buried. I want you to know that your gifting has been planted. And if you don't see what you want to see, keep working, keep grinding, keep believing. You have an excellent to elite mindset. And it's just a matter of time before you eat the fruit of excellence. and elite. Thank y'all so much for chiming into this conversation. If you would, please share to your cousin, your mama, your brother, your auntie, them. Please share this with them. Tag them in the video. Let them know, like, man, here's food to get you to the next level of your life. Let them know, hey, bro, you can either be, you can be bad, you can be average, you can be good, you could be excellent, or you could be elite. You need to listen to this video so you can up your life, so you can move beyond where you are. Because where you are is a fraction of what the great I am has awakened your I am to. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have been phenomenal tonight. I could keep going. And until next time, I challenge you to wage war on mediocrity. Your boy is out.
It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war.